Hi. So, as you would have seen, I bought some books. I went to my local Waterstones and I bought some spooky books, and the girls in Waterstones were very impressed with my stack of books. A couple of them had read a few, got a few other recs as well, but I thought I would share them with you. But first, I'm going to show you some book mail that I received today as well. So I thought I'd do the book mail first, and then I'll do my purchases. So the first book is The Best of Friends by Lucinda Berry. I saw this on TikTok. Someone was doing one of those TikToks where they like show the kind of a brief synopsis with photos, and then you swipe and then it shows you the book. And just based off of the synopsis, I was kind of gripped. So I believe we follow three best friends whose children get in a tragic accident. One of the boys dies, another one goes into a coma, and a third is too traumatized to speak. The mothers then go into a desperate investigation of the bizarre incident and how could something horrible happen in their town. They soon discover the accident was just the beginning, and troubling discoveries lead them to chilling questions. Do they really know their children? Do they really know each other? It just sounded really good. It's not too long either, it's just about 250 pages. So I thought, sounds like a good time. So I'm very excited to read that one. And then the other two I bought off of Books Please because I saw somebody selling them on Vinted for like mad money and was like, what fuck? And bought them for standard price. I recently read Homes Where the Bodies Are by Genevieve Rose, and I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I'm very intrigued to read more by her, so I bought 2 more of her books. So I bought The Perfect Marriage and The Perfect Divorce. But look at those edges. That's the reason someone was trying to sell them for double the price on Vinted, because of course they do. But yeah, this is the reason I bought them. I bought them for Books Please in the end because stunning. Stunning. So I believe it's about a husband and wife courtroom illustrations. I love a courtroom. Sorry, I've just read the top bit that says fully re-edited it features an exclusive new chapter complete with courtroom illustrations and sneak peeks of the first 3 chapters of its sequel. So Sarah Morgan is one of the best criminal defense attorneys in Washington DC, with a perfect case record and having made her name partner before the age of 35. Her life is going exactly as planned. However, the same cannot be said for her husband Adam, a failed author who's grown to resent his wife's meteoric success as he feels it's come at the expense of their relationship. For almost 2 years, Adam has kept his affair with Kelly Summers a secret, but everything changes when her body is discovered at the couple's lake house and Adam is arrested on suspicion of murder. Sarah now finds herself facing her most challenging case yet when she vows to defend her husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. While Adam is certainly guilty of sleeping with Kelly, the question remains, is he guilty of killing her too? This underneath, which I didn't realise, but I'm very excited because I've heard good things, seen good reviews, and I got the sequel too. But I just love, this is the reason I bought that, and it's also by Genevieve Rose, so, but that's my book now. So let's get down to business. I bought 6 books, one of which was from the works, 5 were from Waterstones. So the one I bought from the works was Myrtle, which isn't actually a book. It's like puzzles, like murder mystery logic puzzles, that I've seen a lot about, and I've always kind of been like, I love a murder mystery, maybe I'll try it one day. And I thought today is today, because it was in the works for £8, and I've never seen it cheaper than a tenner. So I picked that up because I thought something to do of an evening, you know. So ta-da. Then I picked up a book that I'd kind of forgotten I needed to buy until I saw like the standard of copy in Waterstones, and I was like, huh, I wonder if they have the cloth bound edition. And they did. So I bought it. And it's The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, which is obviously a classic horror, believe haunted house vibes. It is on my horror bingo TBR, and I'm very much intrigued to read it. I've just been meaning to buy it, and now I have. This is just like the standard cloth bound books that they do. I think it's Penguin. Yeah, Penguin Classic. So I thought, well, while it's there. Then I got The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher. Again, it's one I've been kind of looking at for a while, but decided, yeah, vibe. I have no idea what it's about, to be perfectly honest. I just kind of saw T. Kingfisher's name and was like, souls. But also, look how stunning the cover is. You see my drift? So, Kara finds the words in the mysterious bunker that she discovered behind a hole in the wall of her uncle's house. Freshly divorced and living back at home, Kara now becomes obsessed with these cryptic words and starts exploring the peculiar area, only to discover that it holds portals to countless alternate realities. But these places are haunted by creatures that seem to hear thoughts. The more one fears them, the stronger they become. With her distinctive, delightfully fresh and submersive prose and the strange, sinister wonder found in Guillermo del Toro's Pan Labyrinth, The Hollow Places is a compelling and white-knuckled horror novel that you won't be able to put down. I'm excited. I love T. Kingfisher. I love T. Kingfisher's writing, so I don't see how this could go wrong. Next is quite an old book. I say old, I think it's been out for quite a few years now. 2019, and I have seen it about, but I saw that this author has a new release and I thought, the new release sounds really good, but I kind of need to read the old stuff first. And that's The Whisper Man by Alex North. I've seen a lot of people talk about this, you know, back in the day, so I thought I would pick it up. So when Tom and his son Jake moved to Featherbank, they're looking for a fresh start, but this sleepy village has a dark past. 15 years earlier, a serial killer haunted its streets in the days before he struck his young victims, claiming to hear whispers in the night. Of course, an old crime need not trouble Tom and Jake until another boy goes missing, and then Jake says he's hearing a whispering at his window. I love books like this. It's just my vibe. And like, you know how everyone has like their buzzwords? Mine is serial killer, or death, or murder, or disappearing children. That's my buzzwords. One thing I will say is I hate creepy children and creepy kids, in books, in films, in TV shows. I hate them. They annoy me. Or dolls. How to Sell Haunted House. Dolls is all I'm going to say. Okay, the next one is again a very popular, but old-ish 2019 release. Very popular. Believe it won many an award. But due to a video I'm doing soon, this did crop up a couple of times. I'll explain more in said video. So I won't be reading this in that video, but it did pop up, so I thought, I'm interested. And that's The Silent Patient by Alex Mackerfields. So I believe we have somebody who she shot her husband in the head 5 times. Since then she hasn't spoken a single word, and it's time to find out why. And I believe we must follow it from like the perspective of like the doctor, or someone like that. So I'm very excited to read this. It's had so many good reviews, really popular authors, but also it says TikTok sensation, over 8 million copies sold. So I'm quite excited to read this one and to kind of understand where the hype is, you know. And then the final book is not something I'd usually go for, but the girls at Waterstones were like, that's good. And I was like, see, the cover creeped me out, so I was like, yeah, let's buy. And that's Strange Pictures by Uketsu, which is a translated chilling Japanese mystery sensation. Janice Hallett has blurbed it, Alice Slater has blurbed it, the guy who made Myrtle blurbed it. And it just looks like really cool, and like, if I show you, it's like not just a book, like there's that illustration's weird. Just gonna close that. There's like illustrations and what the fuck was that? Sorry, that's really creeped me out. Yeah, illustrations and things like that throughout, so I'm very excited to read this and see what the fuck that illustration was about. So a series of drawings made by a young woman before her death, a child's disturbing picture of his home, a desperate sketch made by a murder victim in his final moments, each containing a chilling warning. Each reveals a terrible secret, hidden in plain sight. Can you find the clues in these strange pictures and uncover all the sinister truth that connects them all? It does look cool, to be fair. Oh my god. You know how like, oh my god, Yukeshi is an enigmatic YouTuber and author specialised in horror and mystery who has exploded in the library scene in Japan, where his books have sold millions of copies. He only ever appears online wearing a mask and speaks through a voice changer. His true identity is unknown. Look at his picture. Okay. That makes me a bit more excited to read this, to be fair. Wow. That's interesting. But yeah, that's my come book shopping with me. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying Summerween and all the Summerween content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new. Leave a sushi emoji in the comments if you made it to the end of the video. Let me know if you've read this or any of these. I'd love to know. And I'll see you all soon for another video.